What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to check out some awesome battles submitted to the channel by a member of the community, Rag Have For Real. Hope that's correct there. But we see a really cool team here. We got Kanto, Muck, Walrein, and Kabutops right there, which is very interesting, having Mudshot, Water Pulse, and Stone Edge. So you can imagine there might be some booms from Stone Edge today. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this team and these battles, and let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, getting into the first battle here, we have Muck on the lead versus Obstagoon. Alright, somewhat of a neutral matchup right here. Both Pokemon doing neutral damage to each other, but what's great is poison jabs definitely do a lot more than counters do right there. So let's see how they decide to play this out. First charge move coming through is going to be that Night Slash. Doesn't do too much damage and no boost as well, which is always something you got to be very worried about when you're playing up against a Obstagoon, because if they get the boost, things get out of control. So we do see the first Thunder Punch land, which is very nice. Here comes another Night Slash, and we may see shields start to fly up after these next charge moves right here. So this is going to be very... There's the boost! My goodness. Okay, so now things are dangerous. The Obstagoon right here is obviously probably going to be shielding. No, actually, they decided to let it go. That's an interesting call. Muck is going to go ahead and probably let this go as well, and they're going to come in and look to farm down. So let's see who they decide to come in with. Walrein or Kabutops right here. They're going to come in with the Walrein. They're going to go ahead and farm down with Powder Snow. Didn't take too much damage there from counter. And let's see what Pokemon are going to be in the back. Oh man, a Trevenant comes in. Right. They got to be very weak to Walrein in the back if they come in with a Trevenant, especially ahead on energy. So they're going to go ahead and throw another Icicle Spear here. But here comes the first Seed Bomb. They're going to go ahead and shield, obviously reading that they are weak to Walrein in the back. So this is going to be a very interesting endgame. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Venusaur potentially in the back to help counteract those Charmers. And no, it's going to be a Charizard in the back. All right, so Icicle Spear here is obviously going to put a lot of pressure on shields, and we might just see our first boom now from Kabutops. So they do get one shield right there, and they're going to go ahead and swap into Kabutops right away. Mudshots are loading up that energy, and here we go. Here comes the first charge move from Charizard. It is going to be a Dragon Claw, doesn't do too much damage. Kabutops somewhat tanky right there. And here comes the Stone Edge. Is Charizard gonna shield this right here? Please no shield. Please no shield. Oh, they shielded it. Okay, here comes the next charge move. I think they might be able to get to a Stone Edge in time. They're going to go ahead and let it go as well. Dragon Claw won't be enough to take them out. And this is going to be a very close race. I think they can safely shield, and then we will see this Stone Edge land here in game one. So Kabutops going to be able to close this game out. They do get to it in time. And here comes the Stone Edge on the Fire Flying Charizard. Boomed out of the sky. Boom! One shots it right there. Good game. Very well played. All right, moving into the next battle, we have Muck on the lead versus Charizard. All right, again, a somewhat neutral matchup, but this Muck does have access to Thunder Punch, which is very ideal versus Charizard's right here. And they do decide to swap into Shadow Snorlax now. So we're going to go ahead and see a Dark Pulse come through. All the Pokemon on this team can handle a Charizard with their charge moves, right? The Icicle Spear, the Stone Edge, the Thunder Punch. So things are looking pretty good. And in this matchup versus Snorlax, they can actually put a lot of shield pressure and potentially come in and farm down with a Walrein, for example. So they're going to go ahead and go for Thunder Punch now. They're fishing for those shields and still doing neutral damage, and we see a no shield there by Snorlax. So we might see a commit to the farm down, and we might see a shield given up. No, they're going to go ahead and swap into Walrein after saving the energy there on Muck. That's going to come in crucial late game. Body Slam as well. Doesn't do too much. Powder Snow. Will it be able to farm down? They do. So Charizard is in a tough position right here. We'll have to see if they decide to come back in with it, unless they have a counter for the Walrein. We are going to see a Walrein mirror right here. So they got to be careful about the Earthquake, and the opponent didn't swap right there. So this Earthquake might just be landing for neutral damage. Let's see. No, it gets shielded right there. So they now have shield advantage and loaded energy on the Muck as well. So is this going to be it? They're going to go ahead and no shield it. Kabutops in the back as well is looking very good. Earthquake, no shielded right there as well. So that hopefully they can get to it in time. And we see a swap into Charizard and a beautiful hold on the energy here from Walrein. These Icicle Spears are going to add up. They're going to go ahead and swap and go for Thunder Punch now to force that final shield from the Snorlax. And Kabutops is still sitting in the back with 2 shields. It's going to be an absolute slaughter fest from Kabutops right here. I think we might see the Icicle Spear. No, they're going to come in with Kabutops. We might just see a shield right here. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and shield the Dragon Claws, and they're going to have to, I don't think they can farm down. Mudshot obviously going to be resisted, but they may have to throw energy in order to take out the Charizard right here. So let's see how they decide to play this out. Here comes another one. Oh man, they're going to go ahead and let the next Dragon Claw go through. Not going to do too much damage, but Kabutops, oh, they do decide to swap back into Walrein. Why is it at full health? Visual glitch, maybe? No, it's at full health. What? Why? What? Why is it at full health? Okay, we're going to see a Stone Edge come through. Boom! Get back down to the health that you were at before. We're actually going to rewind. Actually, I'm not going to rewind because I have the settings messed up wrong here for my recordings, but that's okay. I think they're still going to be able to win this one. Remember, they still have Icicle Spear. So they're going to go ahead and farm down with Powder Snow. Throw the Icicle Spear right now to take out Charizard. But that was very, very interesting. I think we saw the health instantly jump forward. If you guys paid attention to that, boom, takes out the Charizard. But it was a visual glitch where it showed full health and they did one fast move and then it brought it back down. So, very interesting. All right, moving to the next one, we got Muck versus... Sorry, Muck versus Sylveon right here. And we do see a swap into the Swampert, so they're going to go ahead and bring in the Walrein. So, again, a pretty good matchup, and that's a very nice matchup on the lead as well, as they can fully farm that thing down. They will have to watch out for Psyshock, but in this matchup versus Swampert, they got to be careful about the second charge move, the Sludge Wave or the Earthquake, which may just be laning right here. It is going to be Earthquake, so obviously they don't want to get hit with another one, so they're going to overload a bit on energy and go ahead and throw another Icicle Spear. In order for Swampert to win this matchup, they're going to have to shield and get a shield bait right here, but they decided to no shield, and we're going to see a full commit to the farm down, and here comes the Hydro Cannon. The Walrein is going to go ahead and respect it and shield and then farm down. It's going to have loaded energy so for the next Pokemon coming in. Man, that glitch in the first game, oh, it was a fighter right here. That glitch in the first game had me very confused about the health. Mine's still trying to process that. But Icicle Spear here, going to be no shielded on the Machamp, and we do see the Muck come back in to the Machamp right here. So Sylveon obviously can't swap into this, so it's forcing the Machamp to stay in this matchup. And they decided to go for Cross Chop, which is an interesting call right there. They're going to go ahead and go for Thunder Punch now to do neutral damage. This Machamp is going to have to land some Rock Slides in order to take out this Muck. And they do shield as well, which means Kabutops is definitely going to be able to sweep potentially endgame with that Stone Edge. Here comes another Thunder Punch as well. So this is going to be forcing that final shield from the opponent, and if the Muck decides to shield here, they might just, yeah, they do get that final shield. They might be able to fully farm down and take out the Sylveon as well. So they're going to go ahead and shield. It's going to be a race in order to farm down or get to the next charge move on Machamp. Machamp just may have gotten to a Rock Slide right here, which is definitely going to be deadly. No, it's just another Cross Chop. They're going to go ahead and swap into Kabutops now versus the Sylveon and look to get to that Stone Edge if they can. I don't know how much damage this is going to do, but I imagine it's going to do quite a bit of neutral damage right here, and it lands for a lot, so hopefully they can get to another one in time. No, the Sylveon decides to throw the charge move right here. This is going to be taking out the Kabutops, as it will be doing a decent amount of neutral damage. They're going to come back in and throw the Thunder Punch right away in order to take out the Sylveon. So this is going to come down to the wire. I think Muck has it now with Poison Jab versus Machamp, and they do right there. So that is going to be a good game. Very well played. All right, moving into the next one, we have Muck on the lead versus Drifblim. All right, so somewhat, again, a neutral matchup in this situation. The Thunder Punch is what's going to be hurting that Drifblim. We're probably going to see Icy Winds and Shadow Balls. Definitely Icy Wind now coming from the Muck. I wasn't counting that, but that seemed one fast move too quick. Yeah, it's going to be an Icy Wind right there. Making sure to debuff the attack on the Muck, and here comes the Dark Pulse. The scary thing about Drifblim is you have to fear both charge moves. Both of them are doing super effective damage, and they decided to no shield the Dark Pulse right there, which is huge for the Muck, and they do get to the Thunder Punch as well, likely forcing a shield here from the Drifblim unless they're calling the bluff. And they do, but it does. Oh, did it take them out? It did. It did take them out. And we do see a swap now into Shadow Machamp and Walrein right there. You saw the top right of the screen, the Pokeball disappeared, which means Drifblim was taken out. And the Machamp's going to go ahead and let that first charge move go through. So here comes a Cross Chop from the Shadow Machamp. We're going to see a no shield as well, and Machamp is going to be able to farm down. So it's going to be up to Muck in order to really take out this Machamp and have some loaded energy for Snorlax, and then Kabutops needs to close this end game out. So here comes another charge move. They're going to go ahead and shield, and again, like the previous matchup, we will see a race between Poison Jab and the Rock Slide charge move, and they are able to win it right there. So now they can just throw Thunder Punches and try to force these shields from Snorlax. Snorlax, though, is set up in a good position to load up on energy. They're going to go ahead and swap into Kabutops right away and just go for Stone Edge as quickly as they can for neutral damage. Now, this is going to be a very interesting end game as Snorlax has the ability, and they let it go through. That is huge right there for them, but this is going to be a very dangerous game as Snorlax is loaded on energy. Is this going to be a superpower? No, it's just going to be a body slam. That is a good call. Superpower would have been absolutely devastating right there, and they do get to the Stone Edge in time. This is going to be forcing that final shield from Snorlax, and then it's going to be a CMP Ray. Oh, they decided to throw the energy right there. So this is going to be taking out the Kabutops. And Muck, I believe, has a Thunder Punch or is very close to a Thunder Punch right here. Let's see. Very close. Can they get to it in time? Yes, they can with 1 HP and a Dream. Going to be able to take out the Snorlax and secure this victory right here. Tough one there for the opponent, and good game. Very well played. All right, moving into the next one, we have Muck on the lead versus Muck. All right, Kanto versus Alolan. They're going to go ahead and swap right away into Walrein. We will see the Shadow Machamp now come in. Again, looking to force shields from the opponent and be able to farm down with Muck like we've seen basically 3 times now. Another no shield here on the first Icicle Spear, and here comes the Cross Chop. They're going to go ahead and shield. They want to try to force this mid-game switch or at least give themselves even shields and energy advantage. So here comes another Icicle Spear. This is definitely going to force a shield from Machamp unless they don't care about winning switch, which they do. They're going to go ahead and shield, and now it's going to be a race to the next charge move. Can they get to the Icicle Spear in time? No, they cannot. They got to let the Walrein go down. And Machamp as well is going to be out of energy, which is a perfect setup for Muck to come in and load up a bit on energy to be ahead of the Kanto or the Alolan Muck. Now we do see double fight here, which is definitely tough. They're going to have to go for Water Pulse, which is a terrible move. Honestly, this charge move is not very good, but that still did a lot of damage. You got to respect the damage right there, but Sirfetch'd is loaded on energy, and this is looking to be a good game as they can spam Brave Birds or Night Slash right here. It is going to be the Brave Bird, so that is a good shield that they're going to go ahead and farm down. Now, I think this is still going to be a good game as they're basically in a somewhat mirror match where both Pokemon are resisting the fast moves, but the charge moves here on Thunder Punch aren't going to do that much damage, and they still have a shield. All they really need is 2 Dark Pulses in order to close this game out. So that is looking to be a good game, very well played. There's the first Dark Pulse, and they just need to get to a second one. So yeah, this is already a good game. Double Fighter in the back is definitely tough to deal with when you have 2 Pokemon in the back, weak to fighters. But I think they still played that one pretty well. So we will go ahead and see the next Dark Pulse come in, and that is going to be a good game, very well played. All right, Muck on Muck mirror. You love to see it. Okay, moving into the next battle here. We have Muck versus Muck again. It's a Muck fest. All right. Let's see what they decide to do. They're going to go ahead and swap into Walrein, and they do draw out a fighter. This time it is going to be Gallade. Now, with Gallade, you really got to watch out for the close combat, but the Leaf Blade can be survived right there. At least one can be survived. And their goal right here is to hopefully take out and force shields from Gallade, because obviously Confusion is going to devastate the Muck as well. So they do get their first shield. Hopefully they can get to another Icicle Spear in time, but here comes the first charge move. Are they going to shield? No, they're going to let it go. If it's Leaf Blade, which it is, they can barely survive and get to one more Icicle Spear. This is huge for the mid game right here, is getting that final shield from the opponent is going to really set them up well to close this game out with a Kabutops lurking in the back. Now, Muck needs to watch out for the fast moves here of Confusion. They're going to let the Leaf Blade go through, but these Confusions are really going to add up. And here comes another resisted charge move. They're yet again going to go ahead and no-shield it. They know Kabutops could potentially sweep as long as there is not another fighter in the back. So let's see. They're going to go and swap out right away. And the last Pokemon is going to be a Walrein. This thing is going to get boomed out of the water. Having access to Stone Edge and 2 shields right here is absolutely beautiful for Kabutops. Icicle Spear as well is not going to do anything because it's going to be resisted right there. But they need to start throwing this energy. They're at max 100 energy right now. So this Stone Edge is definitely going to be deadly. Yeah, they need to throw the energy. I think they did 2 or 3 more fast moves than they should have right there. But that's okay. Stone Edges are coming through, and it's going to do a ton of damage. So they, again, need to keep loading up. They're probably going to have to shield. No, they're going to let it go. Alright, this is going to be a dangerous game because Walrein could potentially get to another one in time. No, it gets farmed down. So here comes the Stone Edges on the Muck mirror, and this is looking to be a good game. Very well played. So Stone Edge able to land for a lot of neutral damage and able to get to another one in time. So we see a full Kabutops sweep right there with Stone Edges, which is always fun to watch. Boom! Gets taken out, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. Alright. Moving into the next one, we have Muck on the lead versus... Jeez! 3 in a row, come on. All right, so when I record these battles, everyone, I don't watch them ahead of time. I just make sure I speed up the battle a bit so that it's like 1.3 times speed, but I never watch the actual battles because I want to be surprised as we watch them. So having 3 Mucks in a row is kind of ridiculous, but Muck, a very strong Pokemon in the meta. This time they decided to stay in. The other leads, they decided to swap out into Walrein. So Dark Pulse does land right there for neutral damage, and we are getting towards the end of this fight where shields are going to start flying up depending on who wants to win switch. So they are going to go ahead and now switch into Walrein and catch the charge move, but this is probably going to be a Thunder Punch right here. If it's Dark Pulse, that's actually kind of nice. Yeah, it's going to be a Dark Pulse, which is a bit better in terms of energy. What? Alright, so we got a Walrein mirror now. Do we have a Bastiodon mirror in the back? Is there a Kabutops mirror in the back as well? They're going to go ahead and shield the first Earthquake right there. But yeah, okay. It's hard to shoutcast mirror matches as they're just going to be doing the same thing. They're just going to be throwing Earthquakes at each other. So here comes another Earthquake. Actually, they went for the Icicle Spear right away. They might be able to survive this. No, they're going to go ahead and shield right here. Interesting call. They want to get this Earthquake off to chunk the damage, or chunk the health right there of Walrein before they go down. But I think they might actually get Powder Snow down. Let's see. Hopefully they can get to another charge move. Force some energy from the opponent. They're going to go ahead and swap into the Muck now, trying to catch the charge move. This is not looking good. I think they're about to get boomed right here. Icicle Spear does a lot of neutral damage, and we see a swap back into the Muck mirror. Going to be a farm down, but the opponent decides to let the energy loose, and now it's going to be up to Kabutops to close this game out with energy. If there's another Kabutops in the back, my goodness. Alright, so they farm down with Mudshot, and it's actually going to be a Trevenant in the back. So that's probably looking to be a good game, very well played, as the charge moves right here are going to be very deadly with Seed Bomb. It's gonna hurt versus Kabutops, and Stone Edge as well as not a super effective damage move. But I think they might have energy on Walrein, so if they can get a shield, things are looking very, very interesting. They're going to go ahead and swap and throw the energy right away. Did the opponent swap or stay in? Let's see. They stayed in, so it does land, but they're going to go ahead and get farmed down, which is unfortunate, as Kabutops will not be able to get to the Stone Edge in time. So here comes a Seed Bomb. Very low energy, low damage move, but it's going to hurt. Boom! Takes out the Kabutops right there, but that is a good battle. Very well played. All right, moving to the next one, we got Muck versus Obstagoon once again. So let's see how they decide to handle it. Obviously, they need to win this lead matchup if they can, and hopefully there is no boost from Obstagoon, as that is the one thing you fear when facing off against it. So first Night Slash right there. Neutral damage. Did they get the boost? No boost. All right. Thankfully, they did not. Hopefully, I didn't put in double battles here. I think they're all individuals, looking at my roster right there. So, first Thunder Punch did land as well. here comes another Night Slash. Will we see the boost on the Obstagoon? No boost. Okay, so this is definitely not the first matchup, but another Thunder Punch coming through now from the Muck. This might just force the hand of Obstagoon to shield. They decided not to, so this is actually very ideal for them, as Obstagoon is going to have to throw their energy, and they're going to let the Muck go down and look to bring in Walrein, most likely, to farm down with Powder Snow. So they're able to get 2 Powder Snows in right there, and what are those final Pokemon going to be? It's going to be a Sylveon. So we have to be careful about what else could be in the back. Again, probably going to be an anti-fighter, anti-charmer potentially in the back, and Icicle Spears are starting to land now. Now, Sylveon could win this matchup if they want to go in deep into shields by fully charming down, which then would be very tough for Kabutops to recover from. So they do shield the first or the second one. Here comes the third one, but no, a charge move now coming through from Sylveon. They want to force the hand of Walrein to get that shield, and the Psyshock will be blocked. Another Icicle Spear now coming in. Will the Sylveon shield, though? Are they going to commit? No, they're going to let it go. Hopefully they can charm down, but I think Walrein is able to get to another Icicle Spear. This now sets up Kabutops to potentially sweep if they get the final shield. They let it go. They got to swap right away, and the final Pokemon is going to be a Charizard. This is exactly what we want to see in this matchup. We want to see the Stone Edge booms. Then, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to get it today. The first Stone Edge will obviously be shielded right here unless the opponent has no clue what is about to hit them. Here comes the Stone Edge. Will it be shielded? It will not. Boom! One shot to the Charizard, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. All right, moving to the next one, we got Venusaur on the lead here. So a positive matchup here for the Muck, and we do see a swap out into Blaziken. Interesting. We're going to see Thunder Punch now come through, but this Muck needs to be very, very careful, as it can core break the Blaziken and the Venusaur, but Blast Burns here, or a Brave Bird from Blaziken, is going to be devastating. So they're going to go ahead and shield right here, rightfully so, and it is just going to be a Blaze Kick, so that is a good shield bait there from Blaziken, and they do get to the Thunder Punch in time. Will we see the second shield go up from the Blaziken? They do decide to shield. They're going to go ahead and go into Walrein now, which is a very risky call, as counters Brave Bird, Blast Burn, all of which is going to be deadly, and they do decide to shield the Brave Bird, which is huge now for Walrein, because they can nearly farm down and have enough energy for that Venusaur as well in the back. So thankfully it was just a Brave Bird. They take out the Blaziken. Here comes the Venusaur, and Icicle Spears are now going to fly at the Venusaur, which is going to hurt. They might be able to get to a second one before the charge move, but no, Venusaur has to throw its energy in order to take out the Walrein. And now it's all about what that final Pokemon is going to be. Muck is going to come out, going to be loaded on energy, and let's see how this plays out. All right, we do see a swap into Swampert. All right, this is going to be an interesting play, as they're going to have to go for Water Pulses for neutral damage, and Swampert might just be able to come out of this matchup alive and have loaded energy, but Water Pulse lands for a decent amount of damage, a respectable amount actually right there. So if Kabutops can get to one more, things are looking very good. Earthquake booms the Kabutops though, and Muck is in a tough situation. It's gonna have to throw the Dark Pulse to take out the Swampert. Venusaur is loaded on energy, and Swampert is able to survive and able to get to a Hydro Cannon right here. So this is looking to be a good game. Very well played, as Venusaur has the Frenzy Plant, and I think that is going to be a GG. They might be able to get to Dark Pulse, but I don't think they will. No, not able to get to it in time, so that is a good battle. Very well played. All right, moving into the next one, we have Muck on the lead versus Golem. All right, Alolan Golem at that. So let's see how they decide to play this out. Dark Pulse, obviously, going to be the charge move. They're looking to land here for neutral damage. And will we see shields here on the Muck? No, they're going to go ahead and let it go. It is just going to be a Rock Blast right there, not doing too much damage. Wanting to save those shields for Walrein and Kabutops, like we've seen in a lot of the battles from this video. So the Dark Pulse there does get a shield. All right, so something in the back might be weak. Maybe a Charmer, because a Golem being weak to fighters, I would imagine that'd be the case. They're going to go ahead and let another Rock Blast go through and trying to get to the Dark Pulse in time. If this gets a second shield, things get very, very interesting. So Dark Pulse does land. They're going to swap now into Walrein and look to Powder Snow down. They're going to have to shield right here. They cannot let a potential Wild Charge land, which it is just going to be another Rock Blast, which is fine. And we do see a swap now into Toxicroak. They're going to go for the Icicle Spear, though, so hopefully this gets a shield, because if they can land an Earthquake, things are looking phenomenal. No shield. Oh, they could have landed the Earthquake, but here comes another Icicle Spear. This might just force the shield now from Toxicroak. Let it go. It's going to get Powdered Snow down. No, they let it go. Charge move now coming through. Mud Bomb is not going to be enough damage to take out the Walrein, so Walrein is going to be able to hang on with 1 HP and a Dream. They still have Muck, and it's another Charizard. Kabutops is out here slaying the dragon that is not a dragon, but should be a dragon because it looks like a dragon. So here comes the Stone Edge. For any of you still hanging on in this video, I appreciate you guys hanging out here. Oh, boom! Appreciate you guys hanging out towards the end, because Kabutops is slaying Charizards today. So that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. What a game to end on right there. Kabutops, the slayer of Charizard. So shout out to Rag For Real for sharing these battles and this team with us. That was really fun to watch. Kabutops, spicy, has potential, eliminates Charizards out of the sky. It's fun to watch. It's fun to play. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.